Check this out.
Let's get cracking!
Welcome back, everybody, here to our D2CL and our final game of the US division. We're going to have ourselves some fun with this one, as it's actually a dead rubber. This game doesn't decide anything. Both of these teams will sit in the bottom part of the bracket. The only thing you fight for is the honor to see who will get themselves into the second lowest position in the bracket. Let's get into our game because, well, we got to have Terrorblade during our last game. We'll have Legion Commander coming up in this game, and I quote MSS, we will go full FR. I am censoring his last bit. But yes, we will be going interesting selections out from the DD boys. They're already one game up in this two-game series, so they're going to have themselves a little bit of fun. A little bit of fun.
Reserve time.
Looks like Pandega, who is playing right now, will be joining me for the cast in the second game, in our ESL game, which is coming up directly after this. We'll be heading over to our JD Red live stream directly after this game. We are now a full hour behind schedule due to the patch from this evening, causing us all sorts of problems. And SD, the first pick up here by Dream Destroyers.
Mirana.
And a Mirana. Well, okay. Well, Justin, this seems to be a little bit more standard, alright? As far as Shadow Demon goes, I don't think he was even... Yeah, okay. So Soul Catcher now amplifies damage by 20, 30, 40, 50% increasing. Instead of dealing, instead of doing the real deal, the redeal of 20, 30, 45, 50 of pure damage. And the Aghanim Scepter Demonic Purge charges now increased from 2 to 3. So that's the only difference up on him. And as far as the Mirana goes, as we double check this one, leap speed decreased to 1600, so Rubik grabs are actually a lot easier now. The leap distance was rebalanced, so it's a little bit lower in the early stages, a little bit longer in the later stages. So that's the only changes there. And then Legion Commander is just Legion. Pain the ass. But Duel no longer disables the passive, so if you got bashes and other things like this, it will all function together. That also includes your enemy, so choose wisely who you're grabbing. And remembering the passes will do that kind of stuff. The press the attack was increased a little bit, and the overwhelming odds base damage has also been nerfed up a little bit. Just down by 20 points at all levels. So just a little bit down. But Legion Commander was still being played with a Whiz combo early tonight. It's what was played during the Starlighter matchup in their game number 2.
Radiant team
I actually had my admin pose a very interesting question. Donathan, who does a lot of adminning, he actually does admins for 6 different games. But he made the point saying, well, if it's a new game, really, this is a whole new game. The way the game has been changed with the patch, it's basically a whole new game. In the middle of a best of 3, would you not actually start again? Because it's a whole new game. Technically, you can say the same thing about the entire qualifiers, but you can imagine starting the entire US D2CL qualifier and trying to get that in before everyone's going to book their tickets to Bucharest. Yeah! Yeah, that ain't going to work. Ricky! Woohoo! Hang on, wait, what? No! 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 No, 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 no. You know, I love a Ricky Maru, but this new Ricky, base movement speed reduced by 10, massive. Base damage reduced by 10. Base HP regeneration reduced from 1.5 to the default 0.25. But he has permanent invisibility as a basic ability now. Perma-invis from level 1. The fade duration is still going to be changed around, so it's not 3, 2, and 1 because it's not an ultimate anymore. It's actually 8, 6, 4, and 2 is what it will now be. But permanent invisibility now provides 4, 5, 6, and 7 HP regeneration only while you're invisible, obviously. And the Blink Strike is now an ultimate and can target spell immune heroes. So Blink Strike bonus damage, you've also got that going up. in the early stages, but it gets nerfed in the later stages. So it's 50, 70, 90, where it used to be 30, 60, 90, and 120. Obviously, the 4 because it was a basic ability, as opposed to being an ultimate now. But Blink Strike now has 3, 4/5 charges with a 30-second replenishment time. So you can use it multiple times. So you can go blink once, blink twice, blink 3 times, blink 4 times, blink 5 times. And instead of having it, like, it's now instead of like the 20, 15, 10, and 5-second cooldown timer. So it's a lot effective to go for a lot of quick kills. And then Ogre! Yes! We're testing out all the new kids on the block. So base HP regeneration increased from 0.25 to 2.5, so it's a lot more difficult to kill these days. The Fire Blast damage has been reduced slightly, down by 20. Tusker trying to save everybody from the world. Even though I think he actually got nerfed up a little bit. 2 times multicast chance increased now. It's up to 60% up at level 3, but it's 40% at the first level. So it's a lot higher chance. That was actually what it used to be at level 2. So it's been like buffed up quite nicely. And the multicast spread interval increased from 0.3 to 0.4 after the effects of the Ignite as well as Fire Blast. And Tusker, with his change, the Ice Shard no longer stops a hero. What actually makes Tusker work better is the way they actually changed the Ice Shard so it no longer destroys the trees. So you can use the block points a lot better now. Because it means you can actually use the trees to your advantage with these Ice Shards. The cast range has also been increased to 1800, and it's not a hero target, it's a positional target now. So you have to think a little bit more about it. But the only thing which I kind of feel is a bit of a nerf to it, depending on when the stuns are coming out, is the fact that allies can now click to jump into the snowball. So Tusker can't grab them in and kill off his own teammates by sending them all in together. But it also means he can't save them. Which really was one of the primary reasons, no, I'd say one of the primary reasons. It was one of the extra reasons why Tusker was being selected a lot more. Alright, so. Slark banned out. Are we going to get the Bloodseeker as well? Well, we already got the Rikimaru. And we'll see who's going to be the cause in this lineup too. We'll see who's going to be the cause. Because the Rikimaru, like, in past times, has been a core. But a level 1 Invis isn't as great. And Husker! The poor guy who got completely ignored. Completely ignored at TI4 is now going to be selected. So, Inner Vitality cooldown has been reduced. 16 now max for it. Instead of the basic 25 all the time. Berserker's attack speed now increased from the base level. It's still the same at the max level, but the first level is 14. And the life break cooldown is now to 12. But the life break damage was reduced from 15 to 35%. The self damage was rebalanced as well to a base 35%. And then the life break slow duration rebalanced from 5 to 4, 5, 6. So it actually helped it up getting a little bit stronger. And the slow rebalanced from 50% to 40, 50, 60. So that's the changes up to Tusker right now. Of course, we already saw the puck with his Dream Call, which really, gotta say, for all the Aghanim Scepters, it really wasn't that great. Okay, okay, so thank you very much to Paul Besley, who also tweeted me out as well. If you want to ever do that, if I ever say something wrong, obviously with Daily Motion, I actually don't use the chat over here, but you can tweet me at Toby1Dota. The chat just ended up being full of smiley faces, I couldn't read anything. But yeah, if you, Tide Hunter. Yeah, now I'm being the 5th pick up here for Union Gaming. A lot of melee heroes, so he's actually a really good selection in this one. But Tusk can still click allies to put them inside the snowball. Allies can do it 2 now, so that's all. So it allows you to go in or he grabs you. Alright, so the saving mechanism is still there. And yes, poor Bloodseeker. It was a joke, Steven. It was a joke. It was a sad kind of thing, and it was kind of actually hoping so I could link this VOD to Jacob later on. That's Milk, by the way. I don't know why I called him Jacob. Just so I can say, yo man, hey, no Bloodseeker. Can't be allowed in. It's a really cool hero, though. I wish he would be allowed back into the world of the played.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's pick up your heroes, Union Gaming, and get ourselves into this. For the people who are also looking for the ESL 1 game of Top 5 versus Sneaky Nick's Assassins, that game will be coming up directly after this over on our Join Out a Red live stream. So you can follow all the action over there on the stream directly after this. I'll literally turn the live stream off here and come out somewhere else and tied. Well, I don't know if they changed the spawning positions on him. Considering they added this extra RAM to, like, amplify your platforms of the fountain area. Yeah. It seems the Tide This little spawn in the middle of the platform. A little bit of a bug. All I saw was a fish. You know it. Alright, so UG moving down towards the big man. She also noticed too, like the level 1 smoke attempt into Roshan's a lot more difficult. But they're coming over for a kill. So they're going to rotate all the way. Rotate all the way over. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, my voice is going to hate me for that. And they found one. Shadow Demon. Ice Shard's already leveled up. Throws him out. Defensive Disruption. Support's on the way, but they're going to block him in with the Ice Shards and 3 of himself. So first blood goes the way of UG. And Pandago is watching.
Time to feed.
And learning. And stalking.
30 seconds to battle.
Observers down. Oh, that's a body block right there. I think the ping came out saying, yo, guys, just be aware of this. That ping actually came up from Pandago saying they put down the ward. The Invis Ricky Maru. He wants to attack. Remember the call? The call. X to the Y. To the Z. Oh, I can't draw that properly. I also can't draw with this mouse at the moment. It seems my hand has gone all Twittish. So bonus goal coming in for the Ricky Maru and 50 points of experience. Not too shabby. He's moving up for the top rune as well. The most ironic rune of them all. Which is going to be an Invis rune. Also Tide Hunter. He built into the Gush to start with. So they're capable of getting that first blood. And it did go into the Tide Hunter. So we got extra money for this. He won't be sad about it. But he doesn't have Anchor Smash up against a Husker offlane. So interesting to see how well this one goes. While Pandago trying to make the most of this Invis Ricky Maru. Trying to really understand what this hero is meant to be doing. And MSS runs a core Ogre Magi in the mid lane. While UG run an aggro tri-lane with Legion Commander as the core here. And Tusker and Skywrath as the supporting heroes. And it seems like Justin, he still managed to find himself a nice little path. I like this little one. That's a little, just a little cut-through path for the Radiant heroes to stay close. When they're going up against aggro tri-lanes. The Null's being a bit of a nuisance, but that camp's now going to be blocked up. And Husker, well, he goes for the arrows to start with, then the Berserker's Blood to come in after it. And he is definitely going to give Tide a lot of trouble on this lane. Especially considering he went for Gush first level and then went to Anchor Smash. There's no extra help. The arrow's going to connect. That was with the SD Disruption, but now you see the power of a Legion Commander can break you free of these stuns just by using Press the Attack. But they end up bringing 3 heroes down to this bottom lane. And Ricky Maru just chills for the moment. Back into Invis. Back into Leeching. He'll grab his level 2 now. So backstab abilities available. Hey! Sentry was down. The Ice Shard's a little bit off target. And then you see a problem with that. When it doesn't clean up the tree lines, there's no easy way around it. You can also trap your own heroes in it. And this Huskar's having a great time on the offlane. Double gauntlets. There's a couple of healing abilities so far, but he went the 2 points up in the Burning Spears. Some more damage. The health cost is obviously already the same. So you just amplify it up a little bit. Like, just look for more damage from that. Justin's going to be pushed back a little bit. Just to spam out from the Skywrath Mage. On Pandago. This puck's getting directly harassed by MSS. Looks like MSS is also running a bottle. Sidril. Well, he's not doing the same just yet. Because he doesn't have the money. He's trying to. He built the Null Talisman to start with. But he'll need a lot more than this. Like a lot more than this. For everybody out there that want to watch this, I hope you're enjoying it. Get on your Facebooks and your social networks. Come on, all you Peruvians. Go on, all you Peruvians. And get on. I know you guys love your Facebooks. Get over there and let everybody know. You've currently got your team now playing up against a bit of a crazy lineup from the Americans. And they're already one battle up. And Husker, this is trying to be like max efficiency out from him. It's a DD rune coming in for Pandago with his backstab. He might just, no, he's not going to babysit this. There's no reason to babysit this. He's going to backstab attack into the park. The sentry wards are down. They're ready for this, but the Hellfire Blast slowing him down. Talking about the Hellfire Blast. Yeah, Fire Blast. Other part of it. But he won't be able to jump himself in because there's no blink strike. There's no way for him to initiate. Benjaz still trying to fight in these front lines. The Mirana can't do any kind of harassment damage, which is really worthwhile. But right now, I don't think they really care because, well, Huskar dropping low on life, needs speed, needs to run. 10 charges up on him. Meanwhile, the Tide, he actually burnt in the tree lines. It's a level 2 Searing Arrow. Last 8 seconds, so he actually burnt the Tide Hunter out in the tree line and managed to escape himself off the lane. Also, because they're running MSS as a solo mid, they're going to get this multicast up a lot earlier. A lot earlier. So this is something to be really, really scared of if you're UG. Now, MSS going to see Tusker walks into the lane. No Ice Shards, no attempt, because there's no mana really on Sidral. So even if he does get a nice Ice Shards off, it won't do anything more. Level 3 for Pantago now, so at least he can have a silence to add to, like, for all the things which he has, he's got a little bit of harassment abilities, but he doesn't have any control, which he gets with the silence. Building into just, okay, what's he gonna get? He's TPing bottom lane. Goes invis, TP's up, and it's the second point up from backstab. He's a pure damage dealer now. I like how the two, they color coordinated. Hope that works for colorblind people. Pandago. Moving over. The Skywrath Mage trying to hide inside the pit. Checks for a moment. And, well, they need a disruption to really go for this. And Jericho, he's slowed down. They're going to try and trap him here. The arrow will connect. And then right on the back end of him, Mirana will take the kill. The Skywrath Mage goes down. And our Walking Ward seems to help out with the job. Meanwhile, Huskar farming up again up on top lane. With Strength Treads as well as a double gauntlet. 1,000 life points they have to get through on him. He's rapidly approaching level 6. There's another TP coming in. There's no vision of this because it's nighttime, but it's the Skywrath Mage that will arrive. And the Huskar into the trees. The Ice Shards. Oh, it pushes him out. He'll run down as fast as he possibly can. A short-range snowball. And now he's just trying to turn and fight. As much damage as quick as possible. Turns on the Searing Arrows. Try to burn down Jericho. It won't be enough damage, however. Actually, no. Maybe it will be. That's 3 Searing Arrows right there. He's ticking, but not far enough. The stick charges were still available for Jericho. Now that lets you understand how he had enough damage to bring down the Tide before. They're still looking for initiation. Pandago, the arrow, connects right inside of Benjaz. They're trying to do as much damage as possible with the Starfall. He tried to go for the push that... We get it right. Press the attack. As I push the attack, doesn't really sound 100% right. Jericho, goodbye, you're dead. He just... This Burning Spear is so good. It's just so good. Tapping the potential of Tusker. Oh, Shadow Demon. So Huskar waiting for a jump over to Tide Hunter. He's got level 6, so he wants to have a crack. Like, yeah, watch him jump. Because there's nothing to stop him. The Anchor Smash will slow him down, but the burn damage into Angel is already too much. That's 7 on the Searing Arrows. On the Burning Spear, sorry. So it goes 5-2 now on the board. And this Huskar is now 3-1 on the offlane, up to level 7.5. Oh, Pandago. They're actually giving him space now on the bottom lane. The Dust will trigger so they can find him. The Seal, the Orbs. They'll take 2 hits here from Benjaz. That's 1. And now the smoke screen. Can't take him straight away. Try and juke it around inside the tree line, but it will not work. The secondary Orb was able to happen. No TP support coming in straight away. Looked like MSS actually just looking for a kill in mid lane, but they won't find it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Paul Besley, let's not turn this into let's not turn this into Twitch chat on Twitter. Let's not do that, man. Let's not do that. Getting one ability the wrong way around because you never even cast a bloody hero. Yes, that happens. We get over it, we move on. So Huskar, instant smoke. That Mirana, I think, was in range of the Dire Creep Wave when that happened. But he's going to try and man mode, and he's going to fight the Skywrath Mage. Oh, if he only just moved up a little bit further. There's some nice stacks over on the side. And they see the Legion Commander out a long way. Is it time? Is it time? It's time? Well, it's not time to duel. It's definitely not time to duel. It's time to TP a hell out of there. but it will not be able to work. Ricky Maru died in the meantime. Looks like also Ogre Magi dying back behind that tower. Dream Coil, Ravage, and Skywrath Mage help comes in, but the Legion Commander does die in the bottom lane. 6-5. UG trying to bring down the tier 1 tower in the mid.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So now the Huskar rotates in for more kills. Skywrath Mage, no mana, no life, no luck, no joy. Burns on the other side. And this Huskar's getting fatter and fatter. The SMY is on the way in. Little illusion rune coming in for the puck.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As the Shadow Demon just starts putting down these observables now. Perfect vision into the pit. There's one thing I can say. For everyone out there that just completely dismissed the patch, I wasn't a fan of it looking at it. I also want to see it tried and tested, but yeah, everyone went on the hate train. And no one actually listened to what the hell I actually wrote. But to test out the pit, there's no way for the Dire side to sneak in here unless they 100% smoke in. Just because the Observer Ward positioning is just so easy to see. Even this Observer Ward, this Dire one, sees up in the entire front side of the pit. So because of that, Roshan's a lot harder just to sneak into. There's still a very easy ability to hop yourself in from here and just leap yourself in. You need 4 staffs or blink daggers to get everybody in, or abilities which do have a repositioner. So UG's still got a way to jump into the pit. But going in through the front door is a lot harder. Now bottom lane, UG's going to group up and push. And they're going to bring down this tier 1 tower. Tad Ravage is still on cooldown, but they got the Dream Call back off. Well, Skywrath Mage still in Mystic Flare. So Mirana does some chip damage to the tier 1 tower. The multicast coming up onto the Huskar, so they're trying to buff him up a little bit. And the tier 1 tower is forfeit on the bottom lane. They're trying to get the last into Legion Commander. Tries to see what her item progression will be. Remember when she first came into the jungle, that was when she still had a little bit of a bug on her. There was the question marks about if a Blink Dagger or a Shadow Blade would actually be better onto the Legion Commander. Because she just became like a jump-in hero. You farmed up inside the jungle, you came out, and you work similar to what an SK does, like an SK. So you blink yourself in, you control the hero, and you do it with a duel. And then the rest of your teammates come in, they help you get the kill. And from there... Oh, I don't know what that arrow was, Justin. He's actually looking for the kill. Starfall, Seal, runs away. Trying to bait out abilities. Runs over the top of where the rune never was. The Observer Ward does see up just a little bit up the ramp. To Strangers MN. How I feel about the patch? I'm still very skeptical about some of the heroes. But so far, I haven't seen mass imbalance being exploited apart from Terrorblade. that was... he should... If he's in Captain's Mode, Bloodseeker should be. Now middle lane, the arrow's going to be taken off the stump, but then the multicast, double twice, over on the Tusker, into the Snowball, then the follow-up Ravage, 4 Euros to be caught inside that, and the duel! It's time to win! Yu-Gi-Oh! Triumphs again, Benjaz. Bonus damage of 10 now onto him, the Dream Call catching the 4 heroes. The arrows are flying out, while UG are going to bail out. They'll leave the Sigil behind. But Tuskar's trying to walk himself all the way back to base, low on life. Yeah. As far as the map, and actually, because this is now our second game we're casting with the new map and the new heroes. The draft does completely change up, just because of the new guys which are added in. So it kind of opens up a little bit more for some crazy strategies, and I would like to see some of the other top teams playing up with the strategies and playing some serious Dota, because this one's a bit of a fun. It's a dead rubber, so the guys just want to have some fun with the new heroes. But the Roshan pit area, I still want to wait to see what happens when you got heroes that can jump in, or people trying to find exploits around here. But the vision is really good. I'm a huge fan now of this ward position. This is now the best ward position in the game for almost both sides, because it lets you see the runes. And as far as the way the new runes work, the bounty rune, I don't even think the bounty rune is important as much as filling up the bottles, because it's just opening you up to run so many more bottle-styled heroes, and you're always going to get one. Because you always have this unspoken rule. I'll go one way, you go the other. Ice Shards won't reach that SD. The tier 1 tower will drop. Meanwhile, up on top lane, the other push has been coming out. Petego's now up to level 6 too. He's bloodlusted up and has a 3 charge to the Blink Strike. So 50 bonus damage with every single jump. Got to keep that in mind. Not to mention, he's a very maneuverable support hero now. And with the buff up from MSS, like, it's only 1 point up in the Bloodlust, which isn't that great. Duration's still going to last the same amount of time. But once he starts getting more levels, like, more levels than just getting the Fire Blast, he's looking for, like, the big multicasts. Now, they're going to see an option on top lane. The Huskar wants to jump in. He just wants one person stunned up when they jump. But there's 4 heroes showing themselves here. 5 heroes now with Angel. So did he make the right choices? They just try and go for split pushing. And Justin, well, he can go for his farming on bottom lane while that split pushing happens more in middle lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So now Tier 1 Towers lost for Tier 1 Towers. Tier 1 Tower on the bottom lane will take some nice harassment with the catapult behind it. The fortification hasn't been used yet, because now they can actually be fortified. And the TP support's coming in. Remember the way the towers work? Reworked on that front. The SD's coming in from behind, but Pandago, he wants a jump in chance. It's just a blink strike to get the silence off, so now also Angel. Ah, no smoke screen. It means they never actually got. Now you can drop the smoke screen, Pandago. Keep the other heroes out. The dust will trigger. Pandago taking a lot of damage from the town. The ice shard's too short. A lot more difficult to hit these things now. Snowballing. They're jumping in. Pandago does go down. The Dream Corp was a Scar's Mage orb that connects with him. MSS hiding in the trees. The Moonlight Shadow giving him cover fire this time, and now he'll TP. The stuns. There's a polar punch that was charged up. Mystic Flare drop. You'll get this stun over on the Tuskar. But UG are now starting to move with a lot of momentum. At the same time, Angel. Huskar on his tail. The arrow just a little bit off target, but he'll burn any. Oh no, the Kraken. Yeah, you know he does. Yeah, he does. You earn charges. You got 4 points up in those burning spears. And the blink gets over on the puck now. So initiations arrive for UG. Overall, not much in it for net worth, not much in it for experience. It's been rather tit for tat. Tower trade-off has been a little even. There's still a Tier 1 tower advantage going the way of UG. Which is why they're advantage in gold. Just a little bit higher. Just a little bit. Only a little bit. Because you still got a lot more farm up from that off-lane Huskar than you did from the UG tri-lane. I like how effective these lanes were. And he's on the hunt. It's a Helm of the Dominator for the Huskar. He's going to end up taking a Dark Troll Summoner. So his own ganking army he's searching for. The Alpha Wolf, actually, nothing, well, obviously with Haste Road. Keeping up with him is difficult. But having base regeneration, and then being able to actually trigger it, like, Inner Vitality, it's only a level 1, but it doesn't really matter. His mana consumption is really not that high. The earned regeneration is already enough to deal with, like, him using Inner Vitality. Shadow Demon. Careful, he's backing up. This man's trying to build a mech for his team. There's your Sanj now arriving up on top lane for the Huskar. Or at least on the way. Sidra will grab the regen rune. And Angel, he's already got his mech. We've also got Yasha being built up here by the Rikimaru. It's all about the backstab damage he can get. That's why he's got the 4 points up in it. He can pick up a... yeah, he picks up the TB scroll anyway. And Pandago. He'd love to have this extra agility already, because then the ganking potential with these two is actually quite good. Greetings. But you have to use the smoke screen. Like, this permanent invisibility, he doesn't care about that. The regeneration is nice, but he really doesn't care about it.
The prize is mine.
Ricky, considering a jump over. The Observer was watching out, though. There is the smoke over an Angel. Actually didn't have vision of that. But the 3 heroes are making their way down. The only person who's down here is still this Mirana, who went Midas-style build, and with Moonlight Shadow, they have to get her in exactly the right position. Get out, get out, get out, get out! Silence! That call, a little off target, leap into the tree lines, the attack still followed him over. Ravage, you'll have to... Okay, they use the Dream Call, that Mystic Flare. And then the duel. Still able to get at the last moment. That's 2 for 2. For Benjaz, and he will actually buy both Blink Dagger and Blade Mail. Remember, no passives are being dispelled with this. So he's literally going to try and make them hit themselves.
Middle tower is under attack.
Sidril being watched in the middle lane. Actually just lets off his Rift in a bit of an unusual manner. I thought that was actually meant to be a Blink Rift. Now he doesn't have Dream Call available. The smoke screen just going on Angel to make it a little bit more difficult to chase. And then the Ice Shard is also making it very difficult for the rest of his teammates to get through. The snowball up to the high ground, and they will bring him down. So quick and easy kills. Going for the Shadow Demon. No extra bounty for you. He'll disrupt over on the puck, but ST is going to lose his life in the river. And we go 11 for 8 now on the board.
Shadows.
Really, Ogre as well. This game's getting out of control. Wasn't a dual kill. I think she tried it. Yeah, she did. She tried it. That's still on cooldown for the right time. Wasn't able to actually get the kill with just the duel. So need to start with something else. But if she did, then there wouldn't have been any. Okay, now you can go up. Justin. Dream Call. No way to get out of that one. The TP was never going to work. He's trying to find a mud golem.
Women and children and Kunka first.
Oh, classic Tide. So push on bottom lane now. 4 seconds until duel's back off cooldown. And this Legion Commander going to pick up some really nice momentum. Now, if she didn't start with the duel, then she would have just got like ignited as well as blasted. I keep wanting to say Hellfire Blast. I keep wanting to say it, but it's just a Fire Blast. It's not as great as a Hellfire Blast. It's not Wraithing. So Legion Commander will bring down the tower. More money in for Legion Commander, and I got a funny feeling this will be now Roshan. Or will it? They see a target in mid. It's the Huskar. A Blink Initiation. Panjaz's already preparing himself. Ready to go, but Huskar's run away. He ran north, not down the mid. So have to blink and move a little bit faster to catch up to him. And he goes into the dire side jungle to farm up, for the moment at least.
Here I am.
Well, Angel and Jericho, they're on the way over to the Huskar. There's no blink on this Tidehunter, but on the puck, there's a way to get yourself in. Silence, and then Huskar's being controlled up very, very nicely. Never able to get a Burning Spear off. Never able to actually get his life break either. Meanwhile, in middle lane, the Legion Commander has finally been brought down. 399 gold going the way of the Ogre Magi for that kill. Money galore for these kills. Where are they going to head to now? Because Yuji's already searching for kills. Oh, too late. That Mirana only just out in time. Pandago also. Dream Call's going to get wafted. Get rid of that Observer as quickly as they possibly can. It's the gem that's over on the Tidehunter's letting him reveal all this. And now a second Blade Mail has now arrived. Trying to get that Huskar to literally kill himself. Unless he picks up a BKB. Which he didn't. He picked up a Halbert instead. He respawns. He'll get that. Are they coming in for Roshan? Yeah, it's about time. So Roshan, the first one I get to witness. Actually, no, it's not. I already saw one earlier today. Okay, maybe not that great. Trying to hype myself up for a bit. Trying to get all excited, you know. For a guy who's, I like to say Captain, I don't know how to say your last name. This wall position, which you're talking about behind Roshan, up on top of this cliff, it's actually really useful for seeing around, like seeing agents as well as the ability to gank on the side. But I've actually noticed that it's not as effective as you'd really think it would be. If it looked into Roshan, then yeah, it would be. If you're looking to like keep eyes on the ancients, like if Tinker was still what he used to be, then you could also say that would be worth it. But right now, it's only a great defensive ward. So if you think you're going to be pressured into your tier 2 tower, then this ward's actually a great ward to place. But at the same time, if you're putting a ward there, that means the enemy's able to walk up to that position as well. And they're probably just going to de-ward it out. So I'm actually not seeing that ward positioning as being effective enough to do the work. You want to find a different... It's not an aggro ward. Or at least not enough for me to really say it's going to be a proper aggro ward. It's still going to be better to have wards over here and up on this spot. That's your 2 aggro ward positions. The best thing you should actually read is a guide that was done by Gorgon. He actually went through a lot of these positions before. And I kind of actually, I like the way you went through it all. Just made you start to think about the different areas of warding.
Behold.
And the different timings of it as well. And one of the primary things was that it's just how effective really is this? What do you really gain? Like, what's your vision for it? Initially, I saw that, and without the fog of war on it, I instantly assumed you could see in the Roshan. I'm like, well, that's fucking broken. And then you realize, wait, it doesn't do that. That ward is actually quite balanced. Arrow comes in. Scarlet's Mage will be evading that one. Pendago. He's going to start with Smokescreen here, and that's going to stop any kind of attack from here. Then again, Angel turns on the Blade Mail. The Mystic Flare a little bit off target. The ball's coming up to Pendago, the Ravage, and the Polar Punch. So they can bring in the Ricky Morrow. MSS still alive in this fight. The tide does go down with Justin in through the rear. And now the duel is on. Huskar cannot be more of a man. More of a man. More of a man. He's not more of a man. He goes down. 2 for the price of 1. The SD's not looking too healthy either. Brought down by the puck. And this is snowballing out of control. Quite literally. Looking for MSS. The jump up from Benjaz. The arrow will connect from the Maranas. There's going to be a revenge kill. But the Aegis up and towards the air. And the revenge kill still only the Aegis of the Immortal. And with Justin on the run, he will get away to safety. The Tide losing the gem, but the puck did pick it up during the team fight. And just to reward himself, more experience. And also fresh bottle charges. So crazy too. It really makes it. And it's something which, just in these 2 games, again, it's going to be tested over like a bigger test pool. Like, just having these 2 games in the Starlighter game tonight isn't really enough. But you can look at this lineup, and you can look at the way that these teams have used the runes. And every single time they want to get a rune, they get a rune. So being on the front lines and fighting around like the tier 1 to tier 2 tower areas means you're always actually having full bottles. And you can run 2 of them if you wanted to. Right now we're running 1 over on UG and 1 also over on DD. But the dual bottles with the offlaners really is a lot more possible. I still want to see Timbersaw with his double chakram. That for me was going to be one of the greatest things to flag out in this version. It's the perfect thing from him. The offlane is going to feel a little bit safer now. With just the dire offlane, I think should be feeling a lot safer, mainly because the way this tree line was also cut. But having the double chakrams is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm becoming more and more of a believer of this patch as time goes on. The teams are having the opposite effect. Even though, like, that first game which we casted this, it had a lot of significance because it was UG's last chance. So both teams were playing it rather seriously. That Sentry Ward just scouted him out for a moment. They need the gem. There's your jump in. And Pentago dead very, 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 very quickly. That's the gem that's over on the puck, still going to work. But the more I see this, the teams aren't as scared about fighting and giving away large portions of gold because they know if they're fighting, then you're fighting. And everyone's trying to get even gold. So you get a huge injection of money bringing in these new items. So all of these, like, this is the fastest Aghanim Scepter built up in this period of time. Turns around completely. Now, MSS being silenced up and locked up. He got 1 stun off, but it was very minimal. Disruption will buy him a little bit more time. There's also 3 poison stacks, and in comes Huskar. UG is starting to tick from this. The puck is very, very low on life. He's got 2 poison stacks still on top of him. Now the Ravage from Angel will trigger. And this is a horrible tight choke point to try and fight from for UG. They couldn't get the space to work. The Meg Charger come up. The Sentry Ward's in there. They can see Pandaga. The Blade Mail from Angel making so they have to stop attacking him. And Huskar, Semele killing himself. But now they do bring down Angel with the wearing up. And Skywrath Mage, there is still the spot in there. MSS will call it worth it when there's 4 for 1 as the trade. And it is. The gain they get from that is huge. Shadow Demon picked up 626 gold for killing off that puck. 308 actually went the way of the puck for killing off the Ogre. 299 for the Huskar, 308 for the SD. So SD's actually rolling in the cash and almost buying I'm not gonna say a full Force Staff. But he's definitely celebrating his victory, his extra parts. So Legion Commander, powerful target to try and battle up against. 34 points up in the duel, so won some of them with a little bit of help. Okay, she didn't get the last hit in when winning the duel. And that's some white build from the Ricky. A I see the sentry wall's now down. Is that it's the gem over on the Ricky? Yeah, it actually got stolen by off UG, which actually makes it a lot more worth it. Sorry, did they slow the Mirana leap action now? So it actually looks like she jumps higher in the air when she leaps. Reach for the stars. Oh, please leap again. It's actually
Haste.
it's the way she comes up. The leap seems to be, yeah, it just seems to be shorter, or like just visually to the eye, it looks very, very different. Oh yeah, I should also correct myself. It is actually both the Tide Hunter as well as the Puck, which are walking around the ball. So they are actually in fact running too, so I take it back. Bottom lane though, trouble for Justin. He's already used his leap to initiate it on this one. An Angel, you're killing yourself, Justin. He has Blade Mail up as well as a mech up his sleeve. And now with the Mystic Flare dropping down, a little bit too far away, but they start the duel. They want Benjaz to have the last hit. Or maybe they don't. Yeah, he does. He gets it. 48. Bonus damage. 22 to 15. This advantage swing moving up and down all the time. It's just nothing but bloodbaths tonight. Nothing but bloodbaths. Now the Blink Dagger is over on the Tide Hunter. A little bit late, 30 minutes on the Blink Dagger, but because he went for like the Blade Mail and the mech and the Arcanes, all of this together, it has to be sacrificed. So now the push is going to come into the bottom lane. They're going to push pretty damn hard as well. Branjaz, Xandal. For the guys saying check the fight recap, I actually haven't had even time to check the button for that. We patched and then jumped straight into the game. So I haven't even seen how that crap works yet.
Got it.
I might get a small gap between this and now at ESL 1 when we start that, and then we can have a look. So Benjaz. Now a Maelstrom build up on him, so he's even got some lightning procs available. How long we got till Roshan? Ah, I clicked the right spot. Just a moment. Just a very small moment until Roshan is up. And in fact, there he is. Spawns into the world of the living. The arrow comes in to scout out straight away. And that's the 2 observer wards from either side. This observer ward's actually a little bit shallow, but it sees up a long way up the lane. It also is able in its position to see the entire width of this area. Alright, a 5-man smoke move. UG will just go in. The Mirana will just scout or actually it won't. She's on bottom lane. They're going to come down and try and gank her, however. They could have actually just slipped themselves into Roshan and try to take him really quickly, but they want to get the kill instead. And now Pandago, they bring gem, they brought dust. Pandago's already spotted, and yeah, actually, they do have that gem over on the Puck. And now he'll drop a gem, so they have double gems over on UG. Pandago feeding himself over. Alright, so now Roshan's going to take a fall. The Sigil's not making it easy for this big man either. He's about to clap. Boom! That crowd's getting stronger as well. And now Roshan will be brought down. So the second Aegis Immortal goes the way of UG. Mjolnir has also arrived. That's the Legion Commander. Not enough money just yet. They'll give her the money in the mid lane, however. And there it is. Actually, yep, Hyperstone. Bum, 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 bum. Easy money. Quick phase shift by Puck. The arrow's a little bit off target. And the Orb's going to take care of most of the creep wave anyway. She wants Justin, though. Support's coming up from Angel. The Blink Dagger's already been used. And Justin's got Moonlight and Shadow if you really need to use that to escape. The Sigil. There's your Dream Coil. The double blinks with the Gush. Justin, 1 second to leap, but he's gone. The snowball's coming down. They got double. Pandago, don't know if you really want to try and turn and fight this one. Defensive disruption, nice multicast over on the Tusker, but the Ravaged Angel has too much control, and MSS caught in the narrow passage. MSS did a lot of trouble down here. He's silenced up, being orbed up at the same time. The Husker finding some space to do some damage, but now going to get dueled up. Legion Commander with the Blade Mail up, getting the lightning procs, almost killing off the side Marana. Benjaz just trying to man-mope this. Finally, they put him up inside the smoke screen, leaping in, try to go for extra damage. UG will lose everybody in this fight. The arrow, perfect, no. Too early. The blink away. Blade Mail is still available there, and she might just decide to try and turn. The Blade Mail is already up. Husker jumps in now. Ooh! Oh, that could have ended badly, but Husker stands his ground up to level almost 18 on this hero.
Thanks you.
And they're going to push up higher into the tier 3 towers now. Looks like it's going to be a BKB for the Ricky Mara, getting sick of all of this disable out from UG. While Husker going to go into his own BKB, has the money to actually buy the entire thing right now. Justin doing the same kind of thing. What's coming up on the courier? So we have a Yule Scepter for MSS. It's taking this entire trip to give him his Yules while he's actually back at base. That's, courier. Picking up something else? It's the Void Stone, so we can have the Yules. Oh, look at it convert. So this is the extra, the courier of MSS. So we've already got aggressive Observer Wars down, watching any kind of movement of UG into their own jungle. And just a couple of Huskars on a bit of a run. With the amount of gems that's over on UG, actually no, because they lost their entire team fight, so they gave both the gems back. They're both, in fact, sitting on Pandago. One of which he should be dropping back at base right now. While on the bottom lane, Chobo is being initiated in on. Silence will be able to connect. Moonlight Shadow as well. They have no detection, remember. So they can't deal with these Moonlight Shadow heroes. And there's your full BKB now done over on Pandago. So back into the farm. There's no tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. We're still got to get to a point where we breach high ground. So far, it's just 45 kills in 35 minutes. it's nothing but bloodbaths. But they'll try and force the issue further. Justin ahead of Mice really helping him out to get to that BKB at a decent rate. As, whoops, Legion Commander becomes a winner on the bottom lane. 84 bonus damage now into this Legion Commander.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hitting at almost 300 a pop. And now they'll come up to the high ground. They buffer up. The fortification has to be used. The tier 2 tower, there's no fortification, so Justin can finish this. Or at least let the catapult finish this, and they'll come back and try and fight this. The sigil is down. Pandago got to blink and go straight to the smoke screen. Disable them up. That's his only chance right now. There's your smoke screen. Benjaz, the man to get caught inside this, but he already had his Blade Mail up. The Mystic Flare is still firing and tanking all of it up. Then the Polar Punch up there. The Ravage to buy some extra space. Legion Commander still going down, but Justin leaps down. He can't disjoint the orb attack. The buyback has to come out from the Husker with a 4v4. A 4-for-1 trade-off. The rest of UG will bail out. They took out the tower, but they blew all their abilities to do so. Hence, they're tailing out of here. Nice little action room with the double damage. Looks like Angel's just going to bottle it up and take it back to the top lane, in fact. Well, there's a nice creep wave pushing in, so good experience for himself. So in the meantime, 4 staff as well as mechs being completed up by the SD. We've got the BKBs. Still got that casual Yasha. Obviously, Ricky Mara's not going to buy anything else anytime soon. How's Ogre Magi looking? Got the Yule Scepter, got the Aghanim Scepter. Sits at 1900 gold over an MSS with level 17 Ogre Magi. One great way to buff him up. A full Satanic is done for the Husker. Never actually completed the BKB, just went straight in for the Satanic. He wants to try and find some bigger kills. He knows that Blade Mail's going to do nothing if he can keep attacking with the Satanic turned on. Then that damage coming back at him is not going to do as much. There's movement coming down this mid. Pandago, the man showing himself on the front lines. He's level 15, however, so he's only just one short, like a little bit short of his having his full ultimate. 5 charges and 90 bonus damage. Nice way for a Ricky to bounce around, especially when he's buffed up like this. And Roshan should be available in a moment. Still 2 minutes until that potential spawn time. And we've still got Puck walking around with our Mystic Staff after getting a side device, which means we should be looking at, yep, Shivas. It's the plate mail just sitting back at base at the moment. Needs enough money for the recipe, so he'll still need either a creep wave or a cap. Take the extra gold and experience. You know, you want it. And they're moving up. Search for your opening. They're going to find Jericho. Pandago finds him with the Invis. Nesty was hoping for the disruption. The arrow's going to fly up, and it connects on the Tide of all people. His Ravage is on cooldown. They need to bring him down before he lets this rip. There's 5 heroes here. The BKB, and there she goes. The duel is currently underway. Trying to bring down, and they will. No, defensive disruption on the Huskar. Buys him time to come back up. The duel will be lost here, but Huskar trying to man-mode this. Another arrow flies in, set up in towards the air, still surviving! A triple kill for MSS is the man who takes it. Coming in with the stuns, throwing out that unrefined blast into the middle of UG. And Huskar lives on 150 life points. The defensive disruption bought him some time. And now the push will come up middle lane with UG on the sidelines. The buybacks.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Only one is available, and that's the one that was just used. Now there are no other buybacks up. And Huskar's ready to go. They will take out this mid-tier 3. The fortification will buy him a little bit of time, but not a lot. As now the blink in, they're dueling over on the Mirana. Sending him up in the air, then defensive disruption. Huskar jumps on the Legion Commander. They want her dead. The Anchor Smash moving a little bit, but now they can just move over to Angel. Keep the advantage as far as heroes go. With the extra stuns, he burns to death. But it's actually Justin who picks himself up 2 kills here. And the tier 3 tower is gone. The melee ranks will follow. The Mystic flares up, the arrow. Jericho! So close. A clip a wing with that. But the damage from the Huskar is still so high. The Ravage is still down, not to mention the Tide and the Legion Commander is still on the sidelines. And the Ice Shards aren't going to affect the Huskar. This is a man that battled up against most of UG by himself, and if SD's got a defensive disruption, then he's okay. You'll see it come out again. The Sanso onto him, Huskar. Gotta try and start fighting now. Into the Tuskar, burning him down. Turns over towards the puck. It's now MSS who's unstoppable. And I think this game is over. This Huskar is just so big. He works so well on the off lane as well. I'm liking the new Huskar. It's definitely him. He's got the frog zhuzh. Jericho. And now you see the power of a Ricky Maru ultimate on a support hero against another support hero. Really difficult to control. Really, really difficult to control.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Maybe Ricky's not as useless as we thought. Then again, this is a rather unique game. It's 30-30, the Ravage! All 5, Benjaz, it's time to duel! And it's time to lose the duel. Well, actually, he won the duel, but he'll lose the wall. Huskar just wants to keep battling into him, and Benjaz, he kind of knew he was going to burn out anyway, but Justin's attack will finish him off. And this Huskar, well, he knows how fat he is. He's walking up to try and pick up his BKB, knowing he got a second halberd. One disarm is just never enough. He's burned them up inside the base. I don't know if you got enough to tank this. No, you do not. Gives away the kill. The gold is split. But that is GG for the D2C Alpha tonight. It'll be a 2-0 win in favor of DD. And a rather unique display of the heroes. All right, we're gonna wrap this game up. I'll see you on Join Dota Red. Head yourself over there right now. If you don't know the link, go to joindota.com. We're heading over to our other channels as we now have Top 5 versus the Sneaky Nicks Assassins to be played for the ESL 1 New York qualifier for North America. So stay tuned. We'll be back for more action.